I hate the idea that someone out there hates me.
We hate Pam. We hate Pam. We hate Pam. We hate Pam.
I even hate thinking that Al-Qaeda hates me.
Pam, so
We hate Pam.
we've established that you guys hate Pam. Do you ever wish she would just disappear?
Dunder Mifflin, this is Ronnie.
I think if they got to know me, they wouldn't hate me. But Karen knows me and she still hates me, so.
Pamela Beasley Halpert has garnered some unbridled hatred online over the last several years, and I just wanted to talk about it.
I hate that. I want to cut her face.
And just so we're clear, I'm not talking like, people are annoyed by her. I'm talking people vehemently hate her guts type of thing.
I hate you!
If this is the first time you've heard about it, before you click away thinking I'm just making this all up,
Little Miss Thing wants attention.
just scroll down to the comments and, see what's going on down there, because I'm sure it's going to get real lively. Before we hop into it, if you like The Office like I do, I'd encourage you to check out Culturefly's Office-themed box. Honestly, I signed up for it like a year ago, just looking for some extra swag I could give out during live streams, and I've been pretty impressed with the quality and the deep reference stuff that they have in each of these boxes.
It is your birthday period. Statement of fact.
Clearly put together by someone who's a fan of the show, and even the boxes themselves have some great artwork. It's like Christmas every single time I get a new one of these things.
I bought that specifically for Pam.
If you follow the link in the description, it supports the channel, and you get to use discount code Wolverine at checkout, and you get 20% off your first Office box. So before we get into the opinion stuff, let's just start by establishing the facts.
This is what we know.
Pam Beasley is portrayed by Jenna Fisher, one of the 4 main characters of NBC's hit mockumentary, The Office. Pam was a receptionist.
I don't think it's many little girls' dream to be a receptionist.
Turned salesman, turned office admin,
I'm the office administrator.
turned muralist.
What about the Irish American Cultural Center mural? Potato?
Character-wise, she's portrayed as meek. She's engaged to her high school sweetheart and seems to be relatively unhappy with her life and her relationship with Roy.
We're not dating, we're engaged.
Engaged, yeah.
For a pretty good rundown of her whole love life, go check out my video on Casino Night in Season 2,
What the hell is a rundown?
in which I give a full summary of Pam's history up to this moment.
I'm in love with you.
What?
I'll have the link in the description, but Pam's character and character growth in the first couple seasons tend to revolve around her relationship with Jim. The same really could be said about Jim as well.
I mean, if she left, I wouldn't blow my brains out. Of course, I would take that job in Maryland.
But beyond her relationships, Pam's growth often comes through the form of job changes, like I referenced above.
And I doubled my sales last month.
Oh, really? From what, 2 to 4?
Yup.
And I know I'm just skimming through stuff here, guys, but I'm wrapping up 9 seasons of television in just a couple paragraphs.
Blah, blah, blah.
In the end, Pam's portrayed as confident, happy, and ready to venture into the unknown.
There's a lot of beauty in ordinary things. Isn't that kind of the point?
That's beautiful, isn't it? And then the internet happened and does what it does, and now we have to make this video. So let's talk about why a growing number of trolls and non-trolls absolutely hate Pam Beasley. This is going to be my best summary based on feedback that I had in my last video and, like Facebook, Twitter, social media, and all that stuff.
And viewers like you.
And honestly, a ton of videos here on YouTube. So I'm going to break it down with some of the talking points, present both sides in some cases, and let you guys tell me I'm an idiot for hedging in the comments.
Hell, I can even sleep on a fence. The trick is to do it face down with the post in your mouth.
I saw a ton of comments about Pam being a liar face. I lost track of how many comments called her a pathological liar, but I'll throw some of those up on the screen here. It is entirely true that Pam does lie throughout the series. We have some lies of omission.
You can't keep anything from me.
Bottoms up.
And we have some bold-faced lies.
What do you think he and David are talking about?
I don't know.
In fact, one of the career growth moments for Pam is based on a lie.
Say that I'm lying, or say I have the job. Make a definitive statement, Gabe.
So the argument is that Pam is a pathological liar because she tells lies.
I'm going into labor.
Still on Pam's morality, though, is the troublesome, flirty thing that she's got going on with Jim while she's still engaged to Roy early in the series. Again, for my opinion on this, you can go watch the Casino Night Field Guide, but the argument, right, is that Pam is clearly in the wrong here, which is unfair to both Jim and Roy. But we do know how the writers felt about this criticism.
BFD, engaged ain't married.
And if we empathize with Roy for a moment, yeah, of course it'd be awful to learn that your girl was in love with someone else. And Pam fits nestled right here in a cast of characters who are constantly pretty awful to each other. But the Pam-Roy dynamic does bring up another talking point I see a lot, which is Pam's track record would suggest that she tends to hold the men in her life back, as seen by Roy's off-screen growth, which occurs after Pam dumps him. And it's also seen again when Pam's holding Jim back from his athlete idea and career. We get a sense from season 9's premiere that, Jam had a conversation about the idea of starting this business, but they decided, and they, in quotes there, they decided that it wouldn't be best. Jim's clearly not sold on that.
But then I decided yes anyway, so...
Which means he's probably just trying to appease Pam by staying local. Thus, arc plays out like it does, and they learn from the situation, and poof, the series ends happily ever after. But she does get a lot of hate from this arc. Like, a lot. Specifically on her self-focus, her fear to let go of that which is comfortable, and for almost finding herself being comforted by another man.
Let's turn the cameras off. Seriously, guys.
People also hate on Pam for breaking up Jim and Karen. I mean, sure, I think it's possible to read the series that way. My opinion here is I think she gets some undue criticism here. I mean, you have the kiss, and then they're separated, and then the moment, like literally the moment Jim's back in the office, she's on him.
Oh my God, it's really you.
And that's important to note because I think another criticism I've seen several times is that Pam just couldn't make up her mind, right? She friend-zoned Jim, but she saw that Jim was with another woman, so she had to have him. And I mean, you're skipping a lot of content here to make that argument, but, do your thing. Probably what is indefensible is the beach game outburst.
Jim, I called off my wedding because of you. And now we're not even friends.
This thing is cringe-tastic for sure, but I think they were going for this cyclical nature of things between season 2 and season 3. At least that's how I've always read it. And hey, who's not outburst something instantly that you wish you could take back?
Talking about Jim and Pam. If they're having sex, what it looks like. I know.
Michael.
I think, hey.
She didn't take it back.
Pam is kind of a bitch.
Lastly, and one of the things I can't speak to that well, is some personality type things with Pam or even Jenna Fisher herself, i.e. she's not funny.
You paint a wall now? Well, he paint a wall now. He paint a butt on the wall.
She's too emotional.
This computer was for reception, okay? It's not yours to give away.
Pam, when I'm freaking out,
Maybe even crazy at times.
It turns out Pam really, really hates Monster Mash.
The only thing I have to say here is,
What up, 212?
I'm not really sure Jenna's a comedic actress, or that Pam was supposed to be funny per se.
Its IP number was 1.
I think she was mainly intended to be the straight man or woman or neutral. Let's go with that, along with Jim reacting to most of the chaos. As the writers wanted to branch these characters out of the main will they won't they arc, Jim and Pam were both given non-romantic plot lines to varying degrees of success. Personally, I'm not really sure Pam makes me laugh very often. She does have some great moments though.
Barf! Oh, you suck!
I think another big criticism I see out there of Pam is that she was great in season 1 and season 2, and part of season 3, and then she sucked for the rest of the series.
At this point, it's kind of like senior spring. The other day I spit my gum out on the carpet.
And this is where we get into the, I don't know if that's really a good look or not. Fisher commented on this herself.
What you're saying is extremely misogynistic.
Yes. Thank you.
And I mean, humans are super interesting social creatures, and what we prefer in our titular characters, was that a pun?
Pun.
Versus what we tend to despise in our main characters. And there's a ton of factors that go into that. As in, we all bring our neurons into the fold when we're analyzing art, our preferences, our opinions, our experiences, our biases, our souls. I mean, regardless, I have to admit that it's not the best look to say you absolutely hated the only main female character of the show after she found her voice.
Home and home and home.
And that's because there's a long history of men telling women to keep their mouths shut, smile, and, make me a sandwich kind of thing.
Make a sandwich.
So, what does it mean?
What does a bean mean?
Well, by all means, like who you want and vice versa. You don't need me to tell you that. I think what's interesting to me and why I wanted to make this video is the phenomenon here is that people are casting stones at a character while praising others. And like I already said, a lot of characters in this show are not good.
I don't care whether you hate it. You said you'd do it.
All right.
I feel terrible about Debbie Brown. She got fired because of Dwight.
But what do? You find a way, damn it, to top it. You are a professional idiot.
Not now, Toby, my God.
Jesus.
Get the hell out of here, idiot.
You have to stop.
But it doesn't just stop there. Dwight had an affair with an engaged woman, and then later again with a married woman.
Then I inserted
No,
my penis
stop it.
into your
Dwight.
vagina.
Andy dated a high schooler.
Next thing you know, we're making out in the woods.
Hypothetically, you were making out in the woods.
No, we were really making out in the woods.
No.
Bob and Phyllis, well, this is a deleted scene for a reason.
In Africa, Bob and I were driving late at night, and he'd been drinking, and suddenly, thump. It was probably a man. Maybe it was just an ostrich.
Ryan lied, manipulated, and almost brought Dunder Mifflin down single-handedly, let alone how he treated Kelly. Kevin's definitely taken money out of the petty cash on the regular. Angela's Angela. Oscar slept with a married man. Stanley was a womanizer. Meredith was violating some pretty serious ethical clauses.
Jackpot.
And Jim is yin to Pam's yang. For almost every misstep she takes, he's either right there with her or, he does some equal but opposite type of action.
I love you.
And while Michael Scott may be one of the most understandably flawed characters in the show, mainly because of his childlike qualities,
Where are the turtles?
flawed he is.
Oh, I have some very delicious googie googie. Only 99 cents plus tax. Try my googie googie. Try my googie googie. Try my googie googie. Try my...
The series presents us with a snapshot of humanity. It's messed up, broken, bored, arrogant, flamboyant,
I would be leading the parade covered in feathers.
in anguish, in love, working, relaxing, using slapstick and cringe to comment on everyday life of the modern workplace. Now, I don't think Pam's perfect, but clearly none of them are, and I think that's the point. But yeah, I want to hear what you have to say in the comments. How do you feel about Pam?
We hate Pam. We hate Pam. We hate Pam.
Did I miss anything in here that I should have included? And this is just me doing my best to kind of summarize all of the Pam hate stuff that I've seen online. So if I missed anything, make sure to call it out in the comments.
Excuse me?
And feel free to defend Pam in the comments as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'm reviewing every episode of The Office on my channel, and I'm having a blast doing it. Each episode, we're looking at the good, the bad, the ugly, and I like to play around with the footage with some edits and stuff. Don't forget to check out that Culture Fly box, the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.